Hey everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 15th of August. So today, the Sun makes a sextile quadrant to the Moon's North Node. The Moon enters void of course, also enters Sagittarius at 8:23 a.m. and the Sun makes a trine to Chiron. And if you want to know more about these, check out the weekly scopes. Also today, Mercury makes a quinquartile to Neptune, a quintile to Mars, and the Sun makes a biquintile to Neptune, and I'm going to talk about these three now. So firstly, Mercury's quinquartile to Neptune allows us to sort of like be dreamy, a bit more imaginative, but also grounded because it's blended with Mercury's analytical vibes. So this can positively make us more creative in our thinking, communication and spiritual insights, and also our intuition. But negatively, it can make us confused, add to the misunderstandings in our communication and thought processes. So for instance, under this influence, a musician or poet can create sort of like ethereal melodies and, just be so in tune with just the imagination rounds and just so lost in ideas. All of us can get like this, and because we're in our head, not being attentive, this can lead to misinterpretations in important conversations. So we just have to try and be mindful of being grounded and making sure we check facts and use our logic and take time out. And if we misheard something, don't be embarrassed, don't be like I heard you when you didn't, because you could miss an important detail and this can backfire. So it's just best to be honest. I didn't understand, or I didn't hear you, I drift off or whatever, rather than pretend that you heard. But this energy allows us to tap into our intuitive side and just think outside of the box. Mercury's quintile to Mars allows us to be quicker in our wit, so we can all kind of just be quiet and up on the ball and have quick comebacks right now in our conversations, and especially inside our own thought processes as well. We can just be more jovial with ourselves, and this energy, we can use it to sort of like explore, because it's Mercury and Mars here inside quintile energy. Think about our sexual repressions, or why we may repress our motivation drives, or why we don't push ourselves, why we may allow other people to walk all over our boundaries, why we may walk over other people's boundaries, stuff like that as well. It's a really nice strategic planning, decisive action taking energy that allows us to understand our thoughts, even problems that we may have had for years or decades that we haven't solved. We may see the solution within ourselves more clearly right now. So yeah, imagine that for some of you could be like some type of motivational speaker, and this can just make you feel more in tune with your crowd or the people you talk to right now, and because you can just have unwavering confidence. So this is really good for you to put yourself out there and just be bold in your decision making and thought processes and the way that you communicate right now, because really this allows us to cut through obstacles, communication obstacles, at least like a sharp blade, just seeing how we may need to navigate to get outside of an argument or any other sticky communication problems. This is really good energy to get us out of those communication dead zones or blind spots. So yeah, the Sun's biquintile to Neptune also adds to us being able to tap into our inner depths and connect with a higher purpose and express ourselves more authentically. It's good to use for creativity and our spiritual practice as well. It just allows us to sort of like do things that touch our own and other people's souls and higher consciousness. So giving, helping people, just letting people know that you're there without letting them manipulate you or you manipulating others and all of that. And because we're talking about Neptune energy, and we've got Mercury's quinquartile Neptune and the Sun's biquintile Neptune, we just have to be careful of us talking ourselves into self-destructive habits on the darker side. We can get caught up in our thoughts, and we can be like, oh, it's a good idea to excessively take drugs and alcohol right now, run into any other distraction, excessive hook-upping and stuff. So just try and do what you can to stay grounded. Walk the delicate balance today between logic and intuition. Try and listen to your inner voice. This energy, especially Mercury's quinquats to Neptune, supports us in listening to our inner voice, and making deeper connections with ourselves and others, and just being more assertive, having more clarity and confidence and determination, and just being open to wisdom from within, or just by us being able to think. So content creators can talk about how we can become more creative, more open to listening to ourselves and working through our shadows, how we can use storytelling, listening to music, creating poetry, using tools that help us tap into our spiritual, psychological and emotional states, safely creating this safe space for ourselves to emote and to deal with our childhood or unresolved baggage on any level. Also talk about how we can become more productive in our strategic planning and thinking, and be more open to new ideas and create better strategies that can help us live a more fulfilling life as well. And talking about how we can discern our inner voice, the problems we can have with trusting our inner voice, because we can be so bogged down with unresolved trauma of words that other people have said negative going around our mind, then the same in guilt and other emotions we've got about our past, regrets, unforgiveness and all of that. So all these voices can cloud out our inner voice. So talking about how we can build a more steady connection with our inner voice, and how we can remove blockages and become more stable, and this is how we can learn to hear, discern and trust our inner voice. So yeah, that was the daily scopes for the 15th of August.